What's up, guys? I'm Imtiaz, and you are welcome to our wonderful channel. Learning Science is Fun, and today we are going to do lecture number 2 of ICSC Physics class 10th, fourth chapter. That's a chapter 1. We have done lecture 1, which was based on couple and the torque and couple. We have done the basics, and today lecture 2 we will be covering up two important points: equilibrium and principle of moments. So without wasting any time, let's move forward and learn today's lecture. So at first, if we talk about equilibrium, so what comes in your mind whenever we speak about equilibrium? Whenever you hear about equilibrium, what comes in your mind actually? Yes, that's nothing but constant. That it will not move at fixed position, stationary actually, stationary or rest. All these things will be coming in your mind. So the exact definition of equilibrium is nothing that whenever two or more forces will be applied on a body, and if it still remains on the state of rest or of uniform motion, then it is called, then the position of the body is called is at equilibrium, is supposed to be at equilibrium. That's I told you the definition. Now let me explain the concept. See, let's suppose it's a body. Here you are applying 10 newton. This is a basic example for that everybody use for explaining the equilibrium. So 10 newton here per. Will the body move? No. Your answer is no. Why? Why? Here equal force is applied, that's why. No. That's the reason, but if we consider the real reason, then that will be C. 10 Newton and 10 Newton. Whenever so two forces according, now let me describe in the definition. So according to definition, whenever two or more forces applied, so I have applied two forces over here. That is 10 Newton, 10 Newton. So what happened? What will happen? 10 Newton force applies two forces. The body was actually at rest. Then after applying 10 Newton and 10 Newton both two different directions, it is a still rest. That's known as equilibrium. Hope you have understood the basic concept of equilibrium. If we move further, then first of all we need to learn about the types of equilibrium. Equilibrium. Okay, so types of equilibrium. Now we'll be talking about types. We will be talking about the types. So let's talk about, we have two types. What? Two types. The types, we have two types of equilibrium. So first one is static equilibrium. I'm writing EQ. That is equilibrium. So static equilibrium, what happens? The previous example as this one, two forces applied of equal magnitude, that is 10 Newton, 10 Newton, they cancel each other, and the resultant जो होगा वो हो गया, resultant force becomes 0. That's why, so it becomes an equilibrium. So that is static equilibrium, that it is in rest, and now after applying force it is at still rest, at rest. So static means only rest or stationary. So that happens over here. Whenever force is that previously it was at rest, now after applying the force it's still at rest. This is the basic example of equilibrium. If we consider the definition of static equilibrium, then we have, when a body remains in a state of rest, when two or more forces apply, state of rest, remember it's state of rest, when two or more forces acting on it, the body is said to be at static equilibrium. Alright, the second type is, hope you know, you have understood, one is static, obviously the other will be dynamic. Yes guys, other one is dynamic equilibrium. What comes to your mind by dynamic? Dynamic means nothing but it's motion. So whenever motion, it's moving, mobile, so that comes in dynamic. So dynamic, So yes, that's the concept of dynamic. Let's suppose an aeroplane. Let's suppose this one is an aeroplane. An aeroplane is moving. Aeroplane is moving this side. A force is acting over here. A force is acting over here. Both the forces are equal amount. Let's suppose 10 newton here, 10 newton. Let's suppose for 10 newton, 10 newton here is of the force that is given by the air. Okay, so for this it is moving in a constant speed and in a certain height, equal. It's not going up and going down, it's equal in a certain and at a equal speed and in a certain direction, equal direction and equal speed it is moving. All right, so if we consider this, then it is a dynamic equilibrium. Why? It was in motion, we apply, the air is applying force 10 newton, again it's all again in motion. That's why it is an dynamic equilibrium, that is motion after applying force, it is also in motion. So if you consider the definition, it's when a body remains in its uniform state of motion, translational or rotational motion. When two or more forces are acting on it, the body is said to be in dynamic equilibrium. Hope the concept of equilibrium is pretty clear to you. If not, let me revise once more. No problem, guys. So equilibrium means whenever two forces acting on a body, even if the body, nothing changes to the body. This is the body. Here we apply 20 newton. I am revising once. Here we apply 20 newton. Now let me tell me the reason. Since force is a vector, you know vectors need a direction. Okay, so this is opposite direction, this one is opposite, so we'll give minus, so we'll represent is plus 20, and it will give, not will be representing plus, actually it will be represented by nothing. That's means plus only, so plus 20 newton, and this side opposite direction will be 20 newton. Now if we calculate resultant, if we add it, then it will become 20 newton plus of minus 20 newton, which will approximately which will sum up to give you a big anda. So whenever anda is produced, whenever the resultant force gives you a anda or a zero, it gives you, that's a equilibrium. Now hope you have understood by the concept of anda. Whenever the resultant force gives you anda, you eat it, no, the equilibrium is formed. All right, now the types we have told: whenever it is in rest, after applying force still in rest, then it is known as static. And when it is moving, this is the aeroplane was there, we have taken the aeroplane example. It is moving, it is in motion, and the air is applying forces, still moving, it is in motion, so that is a dynamic equilibrium. Hope guys you are understanding and enjoying the session. Do like and hit the bell button along with subscribing the channel for getting each and every topic of ICSE class 10th bio and physics. Chemistry will be uploaded soon. So that's the talking about the condition. Now let's talk about the conditions for equilibrium. The conditions for equilibrium. Okay, first condition, as from earlier only we have concluded that the resultant force must be equal to 0. Okay, that's equal to, so must be equal to 0. That I have shown you over here, this box example. 10 newton, this is minus 10. So as in opposite direction it becomes minus, so 10 newton minus 10 newton, they cancel each other, which gives you under or big 0. that is resultant force must be equal to 0. Second condition, two conditions ICSE it comes, these questions comes, just remember it. Number one, resultant force should be equal to 0, and second, the resultant of moment of force or the sum of the moment of force or the torques. So resultant of moment of force or torque should also be equal to 0. Okay, just see it, I am explaining you now. Okay, so now if we consider example, this is the fulcrum and these are the two things. Now one is sitting over here, one is sitting over here. Here applying a force of 10 Newton by weight somewhat, from that we calculate 10 Newton. It is also applying a weight of 10 Newton. Distance between the this is the pivot. Okay, now for now it just know that it's pivot, and these two are the forces. This one applying force is here, this one in this direction. Okay, see it, this one is very important. This one is applying in this direction force. That means how this force will move this body in this direction, this will move it in this direction. This is anti-clockwise and this is clockwise. Anti-clockwise, this is clockwise. All right, so this is very important for identifying anti-clockwise and clockwise. I've told you in the previous lecture also. Anti-clockwise is denoted by what? Plus, and clockwise plus, and clockwise by minus. Okay, now we will be knowing soon about that. And so the distance between this force is also 2 meter from the pivot, and this force is body is also 2 meter from the pivot. Now let me take a new page. Here if we consider the torque 1 for the first case, we consider torque same, both will be similar, 10 into 2, which will give you 20 Newton meter. So again let me show you the diagram once more. This was the thing, this side, this side. So this gives you the force in the anti-clockwise, so it will give a big plus. Okay, now plus. Okay, now this is plus 20 Newton meter. So we need to prove that how this second condition is applicable, the resultant of moment of force should also be 0. Now torque 2, that is the moment of force of 2, it is also 10 into 2, which is equals to 20 Newton meter. Okay, 20 Newton meter. Now again let me remind you, this one anti-clockwise, this one was forcing, this one forces this one, and this one is this one. So it is providing in clockwise direction. As I told you, it will give you minus, or rather you can write at the left. So whenever calculation purpose resultant we add, we need to do that, we give the signs, and otherwise better is give signs because it's pretty time saving. So and otherwise you can write after this in anti-clockwise direction, this one you can get, and in clockwise direction. Okay, now 1 came, so now torque 1 came plus 20 Newton meter, torque 2 came minus 20 Newton meter. Now if I consider that if we do the resultant of the moment of force, it will give you what? 20 plus 20 of plus of minus 20. Similar thing, they will cut each other, give you again an under. So concept, I think you have, it is clear to you right now that whenever the result of moment of force is equal to 0, it will give you a under. Now let's talk about a controversy, that whenever equilibrium will not be there. Let's suppose torque 1 came plus 30 Newton meter. Torque 2 km minus 20 Newton meter. In this case, what will be the resultant? Resultant T1 plus T2 will give you 30 minus 20 will give you plus 10 Newton meter. Now let me represent it diagrammatically. 30 this was 30 Newton meter by this, and this total is 30 Newton meter, and this one and the force by torque is 20 Newton meter. Now what do you think? In which side this will move? Obviously it will move in this side, that is anti-clockwise direction, and our answer also came plus 10 Newton meter, not minus 10. If minus 10, then it would move this side, but since this fulcrum should be this one, they should move this side, but this doesn't happen. Why? Because it's plus 10 Newton meter. So I have shown you that a controversy also, that how they at this time it will not equilibrium, it will move either this side or either this side. Okay, that's not an equilibrium. Hope the full concept of equilibrium is pretty clear to you. Now a most important topic, principle of moments. Principle, school maybe principle. So principle of moments, that's not the principle, it's a law of moments, principle of moments. What does it say? Whenever a body is in equilibrium, अगर कोई बॉडी इक्विलिब्रियम में होता है, then all the लिखने का स्पेस नहीं, so all the clockwise direction is equal to the sum total of all the anti-clockwise direction. Let me graphically tell you. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. Okay, so if this body is this common sense, that's principle of कोई बुरा बात नहीं है, there's a common sense that if it is equilibrium, if this body is in this condition is in equilibrium, if this body is in equilibrium, what will happen? That means this is equal to this, that means these two if we add, it gives you this one. It is anti-clockwise, it is clockwise, that is the thing, that is total clockwise anti-clockwise moments will give you total clockwise moments. Hope you've understood. Let me tell you with a pure representation. Okay, this is the body, this is the pivot. For right now, this is A, B and A. Previous example I took, this one is applying force 1, it is applying force 2, it is applying force 3. Okay, force 1, force 2, force 3. Now what will happen? Now it is applying force of 10 Newton. It is applying force of 10 Newton. Okay, it is applying force of space will not be there. I need a little more space consuming. So these two are the body, this is the pivot, and this is applying a force F1, F2, and this one is applying F3, F2 and F3. Leave me for my handwriting. Okay, now the distance, this is the applying the force, it will move this side, it will move this side. This distance, this is A, this distance is B, and this distance is C. All right, so if we talk about this left hand side, then in the left hand side, let's write left hand side. in the left hand side, what will be the total torque? Okay, total torque, if we consider the first body, then applying a force of F1, so F1 into that torque we need to find, and the distance from the pivot is a so a. Now if we add this one with this one is what, F2, force applied is F2, and this one is distance is b from the pivot, it's b. So that's the total torque in this left hand side. Now let me rub this all thing. So now if we consider the right hand side, what was the force? This one was F3 and the distance this was c from the fulcrum was c. Okay, so what will happen here, the torque will be F3 into c. Now according to principle of moments, these two things will be equal, means sum of this torque and this torque will be equal to, that is the clockwise or anti-clockwise moment, E will be equal to F3 into c, sum of, so here 1, so we have given the example by applying 1, so it will be equal to this one sum, that is the total and clockwise moments. I think you have understood the principle of moments also. It's a very common sense. If a body is in equilibrium, if here two bodies are there, here one body, obviously these two sum total will be this one. Otherwise, how it is equal? And so it will be in equilibrium. This condition will be in equilibrium. So I hope you have understood principle of moments very well. And so today up to this much, and the end, it is the end of force, and today we have done what, equilibrium, principle of moments. In the next video we'll be doing center of gravity, and along with it we'll be doing uniform circular motion. So if you like the video, give a like, and if it is useful for you a little bit, do like and please subscribe, so that upcoming videos you will be receiving the upcoming notifications soon. So give a like and subscribe, and important thing is hitting the bell button, so hit the bell button as well, and share as much as possible so that your friends is also will be also benefited from our videos. So get ready for the next class. Bye bye, meet you in the next session. Bye bye.